boom. Start my stream up. Disable that. Check. Let me get my thing together. Booyah. And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Give me a second. I am getting my link into the Discord, and I'm also gonna get the 3 a.m. room notified. So let's see, today's work stream, launch that. Booyah. And then go into 3 a.m. and say, pound cash lane. All right. Booyah. Then just pop my behind back over here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Toxic Hustle. My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. I am going to be working and unpacking some info today. This is going to be an interesting stream. So I'm going to give everyone a little bit of time to get in. What's up, everyone? Just giving everyone a bit of a second to log on in, and we're going to deal with this. If you can see the picture, I've got a building in China laying on its side. As you can see, that's the ground right there. And this is a building standing up, and this is literally a building on its side. So what this is considered is what's called a Tofu-Dreg project. And I've been watching some videos on this stuff over the weekend, and that's why I'm looking into this real estate situation we're about to see, because I don't even think I understand how deep this is going to go. And I'm not going to get too heavy into technicals. Like, this is basically me putting the information out there, letting you actually see what I see with this. I'm going to give just a few more minutes, and then I'm going to get started. Make sure to smash the like button so that we can get more notifications, so we can let people know, what we see right now. Again, I do this to make sure that y'all can see what's actually happening as I see it. And the reason why I make my business decisions, I make business decisions based off of the data. Not based off emotions. I can't base it on emotions. I can't. Literally, I physically cannot base anything on emotion. My mind is too logical for that. So I'm basing it off the data. I can't be emotional about these things, so I'm going to base it off data. Doesn't matter how I feel about it. Just like crypto, right? I'm not emotionally tied to crypto. Crypto is just what I see as a digital outlet for cash flow. Hey, can I use a debit card to be able to get some type of fiat number? Yes. Okay, well then that's all I need to know. Can I do that in PayPal? Sure. But my avenues on where I'm going to be able to get people to pay me in fiat to PayPal is shrinking. And that's been happening. Even with projects that I have. Remember, I work with venture capital firms here in Georgia. And I've seen the cutback on funding coming from venture capital firms, because where are they getting their funding? They are getting it from the market. And where's the market basing some of their stuff? On assets, bonds, and some of those bonds are tied to debt and credit. So that's kind of why I'm going to do what I'm doing today. So I've given time to everybody to log in if they wanted to ride out. let me just make sure I put everything in Discord. I did, and looks like we're good to go. All right, so what we're going to do is first, let's go ahead and check the market, right? So is the energy that's used to mine cryptocurrency or Bitcoin going up or down? It's going up. So machines are coming online. So at the end of the day, the fundamentals are, if there are machines coming online, then electricity is being used. If electricity is being used and miners are mining cryptocurrency or mining this Bitcoin hash rate, then whatever is happening right now is manipulation. Now, I need to get a message out to BitBoy Crypto. I know you're in Georgia, man. I need you to calm down, bro. This is not your first season, and you know about the Bitcoin halving cycle. So if any of the Bit Squad out there gets even remotely this information, please get it to BitBoy Crypto. All right? Please get it to him, because I need him to calm down. For real. I'm a little bit of a part of the Bit Squad because I've been watching as well, and I like his information, and it correlates. But then I don't know who's in his ear talking all types of crazy stuff, but he needs to calm the hell down. All right? Fundamentals are fundamentals. Let's stick to the fundamentals. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin's a machine. That machine is either off or on. If it's on, people are mining it. That means people think there's value in it being on. So if it's on, then that's all that matters. And if it's going up, then that means there's an increasing value proposition that's happening, because there's still only 21 million of it ever going to be minted and mined. That is fundamentals. So at first, the thing I'll always do is look right here to say, is the machines coming on or off? Well, they've been going up, so I'm not worried, right? So then this energy consumption is going up, and then no matter if you're fearful or greedy, really doesn't matter, because we're in a manipulated state if you know the machines are on. I'm not going to look at any of this stuff because it really doesn't matter. I want to show you something. This is what matters to me. BitBoy, I need you to look at this chart. I want you to see my chart that I've been talking about for ages. If you go on my videos, I know they're long-winded, but since 2017, I was talking about this, called Seasons of Bitcoin. It's in my videos. And in Seasons of Bitcoin, I've talked about specific things. The halving cycle and what happens with the halving cycle. Now, I will because everybody's so damn scared, I will cut my estimates. I'm going to do a 15, instead of a 15x, I'm also going to do a 10x to see, but we're still right now at 15x looking at 132. If we just do 15x. Now, what happens at the end of the cycle? In September timeframe, it dips. Look, this is back in 2017. Let's not be cute and clamorous. It dips. But if you notice, there's always a September dip. The same arrow always shows up right around the same time. Sometimes this shoots up. But that was because a halvening cycle had just happened. A halvening cycle that ended here. Right? So halvening cycle, arrow up, halvening cycle, arrow up in October, November. Okay. Now, halvening cycle, arrow up. Other cycles, look what happens. It just follows the down pattern. But during a halvening cycle, arrow up. Where did we just see that? In the last halvening cycle. Where is purple in October, November? I can just randomly just tell you. Where is this? June. May, June. See? Right around new. Consistently over and over. And in a halvening cycle, things change. So BitBoy, I'm in Georgia, man. Holla at your kid, man. I got you. I'm an old head out here. But these patterns have been holding. So what happened? if we follow the patterns I just showed you, I told you this dip was going to happen. It happened. Said this dip was going to happen back in June 21st. I wrote it down. I even put out the rest of this stuff. This used to be a red. I changed it in the video last week, right? And there's a November dip right here. We have a pump that's getting ready to happen next week. Now, this is an opportunity pump. It's probably most likely going to happen. But look where we are. See, I drew a new little line right here. And look where we're bouncing right up off that line. So this channel has formed. And we are now in, this is the last week they got, y'all. This is the last week they have. Look, I told you it's a dip cycle, but right here, this is going to pump next week. And then we got all that time until November. But then it's going to be a quick pump and then a quick dump. That's why I say right in this zone is where my last buying cycle is going to be. But like I said, somebody needs to get this to BitBoy and let him know somebody's been out here calling these shots. Now, this was supposed to be a dip, which then is a bull. Like we have our dip here. And this is, no, that's not supposed to be a dip. This is when it rolls up. I said this is going to pump here. This is going to pump here. This is going to pump here. So right now, this is pumping. This pumped up. We got our dip. We called this early. You know, we marked that. This June 22nd, we called all of this other stuff on this stuff. This June, this is all called. June. Nobody's supposed to be able to say that there's a dip here. There's going to be a dip here. There's going to be a pump here. There's going to be a dip here. No, I was not supposed to call these. I didn't call them like I'm some mystical, magical motherfucker. No, I'm a person who's navigating the waters, getting back to what we were before. Don't call yourself Black Wall Street and you ain't navigating commerce. Because then what are you? If you're not navigating commerce, remember, you were locked out of the ports. So you lost the ship commerce. You had the Trail of Tears to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So there you go. And then when they saw you were still being swaggy out in that bitch, boom, they shut that thing down, right? We've got a whole new we got to do. So we've just got to understand that whatever else is going on, we have a pump cycle is getting ready. Bitcoin plays a certain way during the halvening cycle. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. What we need to do is just remember at 100K, start snitchling your position. Get ready for that dip. It's going to crash in December, January, February, March. March should be bottom out. We'll start looking at hardware because things are going to be cheap. People are going to be running out of that stuff. First cyclers are going to be out. And they're going to be scared. And then they're going to want to come back later. But their hardware is going to be already been bought up. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at Raspberry Pis. We're going to be looking at CPUs and all that other stuff because there's a shift. Risk CPUs are going to be the way to go because of the whole China situation. And we're going to get into that in a second, but I needed to get this off the plate. They are manipulating Bitcoin so long as the energy, the total hash rate, and you can go to blockchain.com, go to charts, hash rate, right? If you go to hash rate, so long as machines are coming online and they're on, the fundamentals of Bitcoin are sound. No machines, problem. So in November, when this crash, when you start seeing these machines go offline, you already know it's over. As long as you see this power going up, don't trip. When the power went off, Bitcoin went down. When the power goes on, Bitcoin goes up. Simple. I'm good. I don't need nothing. Danye, what's going on, my homie? Yo, Danye, bro, what you're about to see is crazy, bro. Oh my God, man. I was waiting for one of y'all to get on here, man. I promise you this is going to be crazy, man. My mind is kind of stuck. So let's go ahead and jump into it because like I said, I'm not going to do news, man. Like, look, it's manipulated. We called it. Boom. We called it here. We called the pump. We called this drop. I said it was coming. And I said, look, this is the last leg they can do before it pops up, man. We called it's on video. You know my long-winded ass, bro. You know all of this, and this, and I made sure to put the dates up. June 21st of this year, I put all this crap down. And then I made some modifications on the day after. It's all on film. So they can, I told my girl, by the end of the cycle, bro, I said this in 2017. I said Bitcoin plays weird. And nobody can say that you can't see these colors. These colors repeat over and over. Yellow September, this is June, this is November, this is March. Yeah, man, we call this because it just it's a computer. Like, it's cyclical, it does cycles. Somebody programmed this shit, and in it, something else got programmed. Somebody else's robot wallet does something, and it just plays, and nobody turned it off. Maybe they're not even alive anymore. We don't know. And they never turned off their system, and it's still playing the same role. So it just rolls this way. And now it's just and now we also got to remember AI is trading. So it thinks that these things are also happening too. So, oh, it's preconceived. It's built into the algorithm now. So algorithm just thinks this crap, it ain't gonna change because it's been doing it for so long, bro, that it can't change now. That's why I say Bitcoin controls the market. As long as Bitcoin is number one. Until this number flips, like, yeah, Ethereum can slow down the hemorrhaging, but when Bitcoin falls, Bitcoin freaking falls, man. And that's just it. And it's going to pull everybody else. It's the ocean controlling all the tides. Let's get back to our mariner sense. We lost our swag. We lost our swag on the ocean. We lost our sea legs. And our ocean was commerce. It was never the waters, even though we control water. We were pirates. Even Bob Marley called it. Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ship. So, okay, we got it. He was telling us we got it. But we got to get back our sea legs. So one of the reasons we got to get it back, man, is they are fudging up. This is called the Tofu-Dreg Project. And like I said, this building is on its back. And that's crazy. So money from America, money from America has been going into China. I'm going to speed this up. I want to, so this is what I do to digest right now, I'm this fast now. I can go to 1.75 and listen at that speed. But for the most part, 0.5. But since I'm not going to do any sound, I'm going to go 2 times the speed so that you can actually just see. Look, he's bending. This is the stuff that he's doing contract work with. Right? This is the stuff they're doing. They're building buildings with this stuff. Now, there's money going into this stuff to build. He's just smashing it on the ground. Hold on, let me make sure my audio's still up because my thing just moved. Check, check. Okay, good. It's still working. So, like, look at this. Dripping. Buildings dripping. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Like, this is insane. Wind tearing down a building siding. Look at this flapping. And then it just falls like paper. They're trying to evacuate a building before it collapses. Like, look at all of this is all over. It's not even, this is June 19, 2021. Hunan province. Victims. There's not even a few silver bars in sight. They must have been stolen by foreign forces. No steel bars in sight, and they're blaming foreign forces for it. Roads collapsing. Now, what I want y'all to understand is, think about it. Money. Shoot, hold on. This is bugging out. Hold on. Let me make sure my microphone didn't crash. Check, check. Yep, I'm still streaming. All right. So, I mean, look at this. There is revenue that was put into this. cash flow that was put into this. Like, I'm not going to just play it because I don't want any issues. Tyranny Pomade, Tofu-Dreg Pomade. Right? What was that? A building falling? Yeah, collapse. Oh, look at that. Collapse. He's digging. And it's sand. It's basically sand being used. They threw bottles in a construction site. Like, look at this. No, nothing. It's just straight to the ground. Just a few little bars. Like, literal people walking on bars. Just pulling things apart. Holy crap. There's like no inspections. Now, a lot of this I haven't watched. I'm only now digging into this, but I 2021, this is all 2021, y'all. Shit. Like, I'm bugging out, man, because look at this. That's wait. So I only found this picture. That picture I didn't see. Like, this is on their own, because this is their own video. They have their own internet, so they're getting their own information out as well, but we're also locked out of their data because this is a great firewall of China. So this is insane. So again, if you use, if you just put China tofu buildings or Tofu-Dreg, D-R-E-G, there you go. If you do your own research and start looking into this portion of it, right? I'm still going through this leg of it. The reason why this is important is because this, right? So United States, UNITED for, I know I'm spelling that. I know I'm screwing everything else. Let's do this and Google will clean it up for me. There we go. All right, here we go. Foreign in real estate investment. All right, and sort me on out. Okay, and let's go to news. Partners announce cash with the United States. We believe 100 stocks drops. Bedville's investors. USC's increase in foreign home buyers from Canada. Developers. The National Review. China real estate. Back off investment in the U.S. Tofu-Dreg. So, let me see something. New Charlie Munger investments. Yeah. China. Right? Charlie Munger, his investments. Okay, so yeah, he bought more Alibaba. He's buying. Charlie Munger can learn from the communists. Alibaba and Tencent. So yeah, so so he's buying Alibaba. So Charlie Munger investments in China real estate. Let's go. Right? Warren Buffett earns the Berkshire investment. This is 1 day ago. As Charlie Munger showed me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. Ganglong China property. Ray Dalio. More Charles. Let's, you know what I'm going to do? I don't want to know anything from right now. So what I want to do is actually choose a custom range and tell it to only give me stuff from 2020 to 2020, right? And this way, we're only going to deal with last year. The strongest companies in the world are in China. So that's the reason why I did this, and this is important, is clear out everything from this year. Go to last year, because they only think so short range that they don't care about nothing but the short range, right? They're not caring about the long range issues that are going to trickle down. Now, the long range issues from 2008 trickled down from really the 80s. What we had was Miami skyline in the 90s, right? There was the empty rigs. I think it was in the 90s. Or they don't do that. Miami real estate collapse. There we go. Real estate skyline collapse. Prices. Because I don't want Google thinking I'm looking for some crazy stuff. But it's still going to show me crazy stuff. But, all right, there it is. It's like literally the unfinished, right, stuff. It was like they just had all these things sitting out. I remember it was like a skyline shot. The problem is that we're going to have the Florida collapse. But again, could we be dealing with bad building permits, things like that? I'm not going there yet, but that's kind of where we are. But Charlie Munger saying that strongest companies, wretched excess, let's see. I want to see whether or not if how much money he's put into foreign investment, because it's not just all right. You know what? Let's scratch this. I know Samsung's leaving China, right? So boom. There was Samsung's leaving China on the port where Ningbo, where they had the shutdown, right? Where China shut down. So where the ports were, they closed the port, and Samsung had already left. They were out. They dipped the hell out. Samsung knew something. So I said this in the 3 a.m. room the other night, like last night. I was like, yo, China must have, or yesterday, I said China must have known something because they were out. So as I kept going, something kept showing up, and there was just all of these issues with collapses. And again, that's the Tofu-Dreg projects. But then when I looked over in South Korea, building collapse, and I haven't done this. I'm about to go do the debt issue. Oh, dude, come on now. All right, let's do it here. Fine. South. Okay. 3 months ago. Sudden building collapse in Gwangju. 9 people dead. Sampung Star 6 months ago. That's so 3 months ago. We've got a 6 month ago building collapse in South Korea, right? Now I'm doing this pretty much at the same time, right? So I'm just looking at, like, you're seeing what I'm seeing. So some of this stuff that I'm looking at money was sunk into real estate. That real estate fell down. So whatever bonds were put on that building, how do you pay it back? So that company, we've got to look at that company again, right? So let's, the company that's in China, that have the issues. So China, real estate, right? So we just put China, really put China real estate, right? If you just put that in, Evergrade, right? So if you just put China real estate, you get the name Evergrade. So now let's look at Evergrade and then pull that up, right? So there's Evergrade. So now when you look at Evergrade, look at their stock price. I want you to understand that that stock price, when I looked at it, when I looked at that stock price earlier, I actually didn't get a chance to screenshot it, damn it. That stock price was at $2. This company, can I find, there we go. Let's look at what the stock price used to be. Give me 1 month, give me 1 year, give me 5 years. All right, so let us look at this. At one point, okay, it wasn't too bad. So if we go 5 years back, they've been in a decline the entire time. So you can already see at their peak, which was back in 2017, they were at $3, right? They are down to 36 cents. So that lets you know how much air is coming out of all the stocks, the funds, the bonds, everything dealing with this. Why? Because these images, all of these buildings aren't complete yet. You've got rain, everything hitting the inside of these buildings right now. Now, the only options they have at this point is to do what? I think they're talking about, we're going to give you a real estate at a lower price. Spread the global markets, debt crisis, bond default, bonds defaulting. What are dividends and derivatives all tied to? Aren't they tied to bonds? Isn't that the bond market? Didn't we say we have a bond problem? Hold on, isn't there a bond problem? We have a bond issue already. I'm just gonna do that, bond issues, right? And go to news. Okay, no. Let's look at the word collapse. That always seems to, bond collapse. Okay, China faces Lehman. So all I put is the word bond and collapse in. Evergrade troubles punish China property as contagion. So they're talking about a contagion already. This is 1 hour ago. So I'm just looking at the words, right? Because when I see these words, I go back in time and I saw these same words before. That's all that matters, is if you see the words. If you see the words are letting you know what's about to potentially happen. China's embattled developer Evergrande is on the brink of default. No, now that's 3 days ago they defaulted. Evergrande contagion hits the market 2 days ago. Will Evergrande have a Lehman Brothers moment? That's 10 hours ago. You know what? Let's just go ahead and just say Evergrande and then go back to news and then hit tools and only give me the past hour. Wind down crushes Hong Kong real estate financials. Stock market falls on Chinese property fears. London stocks slide amid Evergrande. So we got London stocks hitting, right? So now I'm looking at what a term does on a grand scale across all boards. A real estate contagion is seemingly across all boards. But the difference is those assets will collapse potentially. Was Evergrande, okay, oh, let's do this. Okay, my spirit just hit me. Does Evergrande had any issues being a Tofu-Dreg, right? Let's put those two words together. Let's put Evergrande and Tofu-Dreg. Let's see what comes up. China's Tofu-Dreg progress. I'm doing the other side of things because the news isn't. Hold on, wait, the news didn't want to give it to me, but now all of a sudden it does. Mysterious vibrations of Shenzhen skyscraper. Huh. 6 results. I don't know if Evergrande has anything to do with any of these. North Korean defectors awestruck by food choices. Bank of Japan, qualitative easing, everything shortage. I'm just looking at what's going on. Shoddy repair. It's China. Okay. So no, it doesn't seem to be tied to anything on the news side, but Evergrande, Lehman Brothers disaster. That's September 20th. Could mean good news. Potential fireworks. Zhengzhou 53.4 billion to build sponge silly failure. So Tofu-Dreg project. Evergrande is on the brink. Just like its Tofu-Dreg projects. 4 days ago. Here we go. Let's use that tofu word right there. I've hit Control F to get the find box up and then put the word tofu in there so I could quickly get to what I was looking for. China's Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development has told major banks that Evergrande, this is their symbol, will not be able to make loan interest payments due September 20th. That's today. So they've already defaulted. Bloomberg News reported on Wednesday, citing people familiar with the matter. Good luck, here comes the dominoes. The news itself won't knock down a company if it has sufficient basic. It is a bronze giant with a clay foundation, just like its Tofu-Dreg projects. Flashy outside, but rotten inside. So somebody is saying that their issues even deeper. Right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this screenshot right here. Oops. Because I want to make sure I put this inside the community. Give me 1 second, y'all. I've got to put this in Discord while I got it on my mind. Right. Actually, I'm going to put this in 3 a.m. room. Let's see. I just want to be able to get this out, this information out. Give me a second. Damn, where did I just put? There it is. Right here. Just want to put that link in the Discord. There we go. All right, now back to it. So we know that somebody's at least said something about the fact that they have Tofu-Dreg projects. So now these buildings, Evergrande building inspection. Inspections. What I want to know is if buildings have been, let's see, process as liquidity crunch loses $1 billion in. So a property person has lost $1 billion in Evergrande. So a person lost 1.3. Hold on. Did he lose? Yang Jingcheng, chairman of Sinsink Holdings Group. So again, a holdings group. What is a holdings group? That's just a corporation, right? That is a holdings group. Okay, he's a holding group. It's just a business. Right, that's exactly what it is. All right, that's what I thought. Now, is this holdings group on the stock market? or on a market, right? So that's going to be telling. No, we're not going to sign it. Get out of here. Let's see. Is this group on a market publicly? Address, phone number, stock price. So, do we see contagion? Let us see. We've got a property magnet losing $1 billion. Right, property magnet. Copy, loses a Billy. Right? And then, not only that, his company is also on the stock market. Oh, but wait, there's more. His company is also on the stock market. And this is his company profile on Blueprint. So that way, right. There we go. Right? So that's what we're dealing with. So now here's a person who has $1 billion into a bunch of projects that ain't gonna be finished because none of the construction companies can be paid. The money's gone. It's gone. The people, like the construction companies gotta build a building. We know this. Like, we're all very intelligent individuals. We understand Legos, right? We can build Legos. We can build a building with Legos. If we have all the Legos, but let's say we don't know how to build a huge building with the Legos, you need a construction company to do that. Now you've got all the material, you've made all the purchases, but they don't make everything at once, right? They'll get budget to do this first and do this first. Nobody just gets a pocket full of money. But in China, they might get a pocket full of money. They've got to grease the wheels that be. There is corruption at every level. And that's what causes these buildings to be built the way they're built. Like, we don't even deal with the fact that we're like ghost cities. China. We don't even deal with the ghost cities. Like, we're dealing with now the buildings are falling, but we're not even dealing with a whole city that's empty. A whole city not complete. Like, where did the funding come from? Where did the funding go? That's a man. There's a couple cars, but there's like empty. So I mean, we don't even we got to deal with empty buildings that somebody paid for. Somebody invested in that shit. Money had to come from someplace. And then what hit me hard, yo, Danye, what hit me hard, man, is there was a lady. If you go Evergrande, right? And I feel for people. Like, I don't care. I Evergrande protest. Woman. Where is she? There she is, right here. She's everywhere. Basically said if she don't get her money, she jumping off a building. Return our money, return our money. Let me put this in double time. Y'all know. We don't do normal speed around here. All right? 305 billion. And this is old, so this is not even like up-to-date information right now. Okay, here it is. Here she is. She's right on the floor. Your conscious. There we go. Boom. Your conscience has been eaten by dogs. This is this is harsh. Do you think it's easy for us ordinary people to earn money? We sold everything we had, both of our flats. So they were selling. Remember, I told you this country plays Go. They don't play chess. They play Go. Go is a real estate or land positioning acquisition game. It is about the acquisition of space. That's the reason why they play different than us. They play different because it's about space and monopolizing as much space as possible. So they sold both of their flats to get into that business so that we could buy property with Evergrande. Because you were one of the world's top 500 companies. Now understand, they were one of the world's top 500 companies, and look at their stock price was only $3. It's like 7 years ago. It's been falling. But nobody's watching that. We saw the fall, right? If they don't give me my money back, then I'll jump off a tall building. They've cheated me out of all my money. I have nothing left. What I want to know now is to get my money back on time. All right, so we got that. And then there's this company is which is it, DW News. They pretty much, if you see them, they pretty much have been talking about this extensively, what's going on over there. So this one ain't small, right? So there's this. Now, because I was watching videos about what was going on here, the AI, and this is not the same channel I was watching everything on, so none of this stuff is showing up. It's like I'm reprogramming it to see this stuff. Was South Korea debt bubble. So this is, CNA Insider. If you see this is the one that has so many informational things about what's going on over there. All over Asia, all right? So South Korea's housing bubble, same shit we hear here, right? We got even though they don't want to say we're in a housing bubble, nobody has jobs. We went through all that. Automation is coming. We went through all that. The cost of what you're going to make has been going down. We went through all that. That's all the long ass videos I did. Now what I'm doing is starting to sum up why I'm saying, hey, where else do you got money? Remember, what makes an economy is whether or not you're mining ore, which we're not, or something out of the ground, which we're not doing oil. We really don't got much gold, coal, all that stuff's up in Canada. And we've got contracts with them, but if we piss them off, then those contracts are pretty dead. Right? Or whatever we can kind of do in Mexico, right? Which we can't do much because, everybody keeps messing up everything. Now, this gentleman right here, I watched this video. This gentleman right here, in his Korean money, had like $1 trillion, damn near a couple $1 million worth of debt. I mean, like $2-3 million worth of debt. And just lost his job working at a supermarket. paid off his debt. He was able to file not paid off. He was able to file bankruptcy. He tried 3 times to commit suicide. Because he were getting so much credit. That he was like millions of won. Millions. Like, they gave me a 1 million won credit line. Like, I can't even imagine having $1 million of anything in credit. And blow it all and then get 2 million? And then get 3 million? Like, are you serious? Dude, it's still $1 of your dollars. But, so yeah, there's a huge, and this was from a year ago, huge debt bubble. Now you're talking about also housing bubble. And then you got a housing crisis. They talk about wealth gap. Same thing that's happening here. They call themselves dirt spoons and struggle. Okay, so, and the collapse of China, Australia's largest export. Okay, so now the impact, here's an impact of somebody, another country. I saw this too, which is the fact that Australia exports cement to China. So if they're not exporting that, would that now hurt Australia's economy if that was a large export for them? For concrete and materials? Right? Or is it sand? Hold on. Let me see what the largest export was. Let's put it on. Oh, you're not going to even let me. Oh, this is a commercial. Hold on. Sorry. Dumb thing. Decides it's going to skip the ad and then give me. Ooh. China property. Oh, this is them self-destructing. Oh, so the building wasn't even done and then just blew up the whole area. Really? Wow. Yeah, I'll have to see if the closed captions. Let's see. These towers were usually brought down in Shanghai with 20 years of installed construction. Building boom that power. So 20 years of construction, it ran out of steam, and now they're blowing up buildings that weren't done. So when we had this Bitcoin issue and the Bitcoin miners leaving, I think there was a bigger systemic issue coming out of China. That's why companies are running out. But the thing is that the problem isn't don't we have a real estate problem? Aren't we 3D printing 500,000 homes? Who's going to live in them homes? You know what? My spirit's asking that damn question. Let's go. We're 3D printing all these homes. Empty neighborhoods. New built neighborhoods. Right? Let's look at the news. Dun, dun, dun. New. You know what? Let's not do new neighborhoods. Let's go new homes because they're very specific. New home builds. All right. Let's just look at that. Okay, new home builds in Michigan at the highest level since 2007. That's real specific. Okay, Google. Okay. Roku, that doesn't matter. Parade of homes returns with new format featuring 61 homes in dozens of locations. That's Columbus, so they're building. Make new buildings greener will raise the cost, so homes are going to go high. New home builds remain high till 2022. The urban developer. Constructions of new homes will be strong well into next year as new home sales increase by 5.8% in August. Why are we building homes? For whom? I'm trying to really understand that. That's not even me being sarcastic. Automation. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to ask it for anything else. Automation right now. We're going to start there. 5 industries affected by automation right now. That's 2 days ago. Restaurants, which have a labor shortage right now, quote unquote. Story continues. Warehouses. Amazon has forklifts that drive themselves. Warehouse basically works by itself. They have a new warehouse just launched. Only 200 people are going to be in the whole damn warehouse. It's huge. Delivery, right? Neuro. Told you about that company doing Domino's as well as food delivery in Europe and supermarket delivery in Europe. Delivery is changing. Neuro's part of that. Healthcare. We saw that AI robot that's going to be in the healthcare field. That's going to be Sophia, the robot. Is also in healthcare, so PHIA, robot, healthcare, right? Sophia, the robot's in healthcare. Meet Grace, the healthcare robot, that's Sophia. That's the robot that's on Cardano ADA because it's part of Singularity Net. So this AI is connected to a blockchain. All right, so automation. Okay, we have construction, right? Construction's printing homes. So printing 3D printed homes. Because that's going to show us the growth. They just want to just print homes now. That's going to rocket how many homes we can actually have. 3D printed homes skyrocket the technologies in the news, right? 3D printed homes. I didn't even say homes. I just put 3D printed and it pulled up homes. 3D printed homes in Austin, Texas at 745,000. 3D printed homes could end housing woes. Construction techniques and right? Icon lines, more 3D homes, seeing a 400% year-over-year growth. This was 4 weeks ago. Is this new military barracks in Texas? Okay. An entire street of 3D printed homes in Texas. Texas, California, 3D printed homes. Logan, that has to be in more. Australia, 3D printed houses in Australia. Modular prefab homes, 3D printing in Canada. So that's jobs that's going to be gone there in the construction industry. But we're going to have homes. Don't know who's going to be in them, but we're going to have homes. Korea. I wonder if Korea has Tofu-Dreg. Do they bring that over there? Do they? No, kind of bad construction. All right. Collapses onto bus burn demolition. History of building collapses. The Wall Street Journal. This is back in 2014. South Korea's economic rise saw many of its buildings fall. I'm just looking at investment. If we're looking at the concept of investments, if I put money in a building, I took money and I put it in a building. Now, if I put my straight cash into that, cool. I mean, it sucks. I lost that money. But if I put straight cash into it, the only thing I lost was the cash. Now, if I leverage credit or debt into that building, I'm tied to the leveraged debt. If I don't have the cash to cover it, what do I have? I have a problem on my hand, don't I? Now I have interest rates payments. I have a trickle down effect that's happening. If these buildings are falling down and these investors have lost their money, you see, this here in Korea is bad, but they have their news and they talk about these things and it's at least kind of open. See, when you're in China, none of that news gets out or it gets hid. So let's look up the word contagion and see how much contagion is a problem right now. I know I ain't spelling nothing right, so it never really matters. And we're going to go news. Contagion, Evergrande seems to be a problem. From China, real estate. Golden Cross, contagion fear. Dow skids on contagion fear. So everybody's worried about Evergrande's contagion. Okay, that's this contagion. I want y'all to go back to earlier this year's contagion. See, if we go to tools, and then we go back to recent and change to a custom range. Let's go back to the contagion that was from 2020 to, let's say, March of 2021. Okay? Let's do that. So we're going from January. Let's minus the movie. Let's minus virus. Let's do fund because evidently it's going to be, there we go. Archegos collapse is business as usual. All right, so there we go. Archegos, hedge fund collapse. A hedge fund collapse. Where was this hedge fund? Right? Let's deal with that. Let's see. We got, what was it called? Boom, Archegos, Hwang's Archegos Capital Management. All right, where was it headquarters? Let's search Google for its headquarters. It was headquarters in New York, New York. Okay, it was a New York company. All right. Term capital. It lost 20 billion in 2 days. So basically, we lost 20 billion at the top of the year. And we got, I don't know how much billion is going to be in this new one, right? So let's get the other one. So let's say this new contagion. And I still ain't spelling it right, even though you just showed me how to do it. But that don't matter. Evergrande. How much is Evergrande's? Evergrande. Evergrande. Default. Right? And how much is that going to be? Let's see. You're going to be one of them sites, so we're going to skip you. Something billion. I might have to put the word billion in. Let me see. Find B-I-L-L. See, they're not going to do that. All right, I got a trick for you. Let's go Evergrande, B-I-L-L-I-O-N. Oops. Maybe I get it right. There we go. Suddenly lose 250. Evergrande. So 250 billion. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Oh, no, it's a crypto market. Evergrande. Oh, there it is. 300 billion. Wow. I hate you, website. 300 billion. There it is. There it is. 5 days ago. So it was 300 billion. Okay, so this is 300 billion gone. And this was 20 billion. So $320 billion evaporated. This year alone. Well, this year, last year. So basically in a year's time-ish. That's crazy. So let us go ahead and put this one here. No, you're gonna be a so screw you. Am I gonna only have to do it through Wiki? I'm gonna have to do it through Wiki, and that sucks. Let's see if it's here. March losses. Let's find the word because I'm not trying to look through all of this. Started to liquidate billions, had 10 billion under management. Exposure over 20 billion. There we go. Escape. So then, here we go. And they earned reported losses increased to 5.5 late April. So there we go. Or more. There we go. So can I scroll up a little bit so I can get articles? Yep, I can get it. Print screen. Let's get it all in there. And let's get this in the Discord so that we can let them know that. And we forget about this loss this year as well. I know I did till this stream. Let me copy and paste that and put that here just in case they want to go do their own due diligence. Bang, right? So let's put that in there. So we have some issues, right? We have some funds that have crashed. We have some real estate that has crashed to the ground, literally. And as far as financials, I don't really see much of any. If we're dealing with this space. Real estate. Put that in here real fast. Let me come back here. Debt bubbles and defaults. Defaults. Let's see defaults. In the news. Of course, Evergrande's defaulting. Let's go a little earlier again. Sort by... Give me a custom range. Let's look at just the defaults from 2020 to 2020. Let's not even look right now because I want to go back in time and see what we were dealing with last year. Rent defaults, bank / UK lending as defaults are rising. Okay, UK. Stress. The CRE loan defaults soar under TREP stress tests. Won't be as bad as the Great Recession. That was last year. Like what we're still dealing this year with more shit from last year, right? All year misses Israeli bond payment sending values plunging. So Israel's bonds are plunging on real estate issues. We got to also look, okay, does real estate have collapsing? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay away from that one. Going to leave that one alone. Not going to touch that one. But that would be another search term to see if their construction companies are doing the same thing, right? I'm not going to do it on the stream because I'll get booted for some reason. But let's just keep moving. Real estate investors skip paying. That's Real estate capital loses mall portfolio hands. They're selling off properties. So Colony everybody's unloading their real estate property. Braces for defaults. Yes. Of course they were bracing for defaults because of the whole what's happening now. So real estate defaults. Let's do another thing. Let's do it from January of this year, right? But I'm going to stop it in June. I don't want nothing to deal with this Evergrande thing yet. Banks / property. So now again, the defaults. This is 2020. Hold on. I was like, wait a minute, I just saw that. You got to get rid of that. There we go. Chinese developer found out despite some defaults. So in China, we were dealing with some more defaults happening. Chinese developers find buyers for bonds. So they've been finding buyers for bonds, these Chinese developers. Again, remember, buildings are falling down. Developers are China, Tofu-Dreg. Dreg Projects, right? Again, we've this is from 2012. Quality of announced it would be established a blacklist of businesses. In 2010, total land transfer revenues totaled $3,000 billion or $464 billion. 70% of the local government revenues is in construction of corruption. The term tofu property was first coined by who said to flood dikes, blah, blah, blah. By the river, they would fall. And as we saw, like these videos are showing, like Chinese apartment building collapses on its own. Look at that. Look at that. Look at a brick. It's a dirt brick. Painted, basically. You know what we gotta do. This is going too slow. My eyes need things faster now. All right, Tofu-Dreg, boom. The reason why this happens, the reason why this is even happening, sinkholes, buildings falling, all of this is because of corruption. You have to pay somebody to grease the wheels that be. What you already have slim margins in construction. Period. So now you've got to do what? You got to cut back. So until the corruption changes, this isn't going to change. This has been years of these issues. The buildings are just falling down now. Look at this. Buildings collapsing everywhere. In the street. People just laying in the street. So it's not just here. It's not just in China. We've got a huge default surge. Everything else is going on. All right, so we know this. We know it. We know buildings are falling. We know we've got debt bubbles in Korea that are popping. They're popping all over the world. We know in America we have our own debt issues right now. Bond markets are having issues right now. We have defaults happening all over right now. We have people getting evicted out of their homes right now. We have collapsing of buildings in our own country right now. We have collapsing buildings that just happened in Georgia a couple years ago. The whole bridge collapsed. We forget. We forget the scene of this. As a fire underneath here caused this whole bridge to collapse. But that's not the only bridge that's collapsing. That's a bridge that's collapsed. If we just take Georgia out of the equation, just do bridge collapse, well, you know, Taiwan, I-40, Minneapolis, I-35. So we've had do you think we have our own problems infrastructure wise? Isn't that investment? Did we have to now reinvest our investments to fix this thing again? Where did the money come from that? Where is the revenue coming from? We don't seem to have tax revenue for much. These are all the bridges that have collapsed. Building. Let's minus Miami. Okay, Egypt. This building collapsed here. That's South Korea building collapse. I'm just like now asking Google, just give me building collapse. Just don't give me Miami's. And here's India. I forgot about India. Oh, that's a lot of investment we've been doing as well, right? To have the relationships with India. India building corruption. Right? Building corruption. Because we know that there's corruption. Building construction workers, right? There's corruption. We know that. Hold on 1 second. Got to check if I got to do some work with my baby. Starting to put together meals now. Gotcha. Be there in a bit. Right? So if we look at this, all right, so did India building collapse? You know what? I think we need to see if there's a bigger systemic problem. How do you do that? You go to YouTube. Google's going to give you some things, but YouTube seems to want to cluster things up, right? Mumbai, man who was filmed his ordeal under rubble. Building collapses, so multiple, 7 years ago. Collapse. India's falling buildings. Why buildings in India are collapsing. I'm showing you how I'm training my AIs, right? I'm using it to kind of like get them trained in, and I'll click into them, like them. I make, like I told y'all before, I'll make a channel. Switch account. You can create multiple channels in there, add a new channel. I'll make a channel specifically for one thing and train that AI on that one thing. Like I'll make a channel specifically for like falling buildings around the world and just that's all it is. If I wanted to just follow this, I don't really need to know this more than, hey, somebody invested in this. This got foreign money. This wasn't just internal money. Let's not be cute. They have an economy, yes, but this also had foreign investments. That's what we do. Like foreign India, foreign America. Right. Let's go. Yeah, America. Real estate investment. Plural. No, they're getting Portuguese money. Okay. But it's still somebody's investing. I'm trying to see if there's any talk about our revenue going over there, but it's probably too vague of a topic. But let me see. This, like I told you, this company, CNA. Let me go ahead and speed this up. Where's my thing? Settings, playback speed, and let's go double time. So if it's dangerous. Wow. Safety wasn't taken into consideration. Oh. Oh, shoot, man. The portion of the flyover collapsing. Buildings. Oh, wow. Average of 7 structures collapsed every day in India. So again, investment, foreign investment, revenue, whether it be China investing in certain things and buildings. Remember, these companies also have foreign investment companies building and doing these cutbacks. And China, these people are buying real estate. So these buildings are just going up. And the investment of these Chinese nationals are just flooding into real estate projects. Whether or not those real estate projects are still up earning income, see, that's the issue, right? The goal of real estate is if I build a building, the building goes up, the building gets halfway full, and I should be, the building should cover itself. The other half of the building gets filled up, and that should be profitability. Like if I have a duplex, right? If I do a good deal, half of the rent should pay for the mortgage. The other half of the rent should be profit. Now it should be depending on where the real estate market is. Now we know rents are going to go up because the underlying taxes and what the government wants from companies are going up. From the rich, right? They want to tax the rich. The problem is the rich typically don't look rich on paper. So how are you going to tax somebody who isn't rich on paper? So when you got AOC in a dress talking about tax the rich at a rich, fancy banquet, it looks kind of stupid. Because they don't look rich. They have multiple companies that have multiple assets and they may get a small dividend put into an IRA. A retirement fund. Or they might put it in other businesses, right? It's not going to ever come to their pocket. That's stupid unless they go buy stuff. But then that's the tax happens when they make the purchase. So they get paid taxes to the companies that they go doing this thrifty shopping shit. But that's getting scaled the hell back. Spending is we're in a huge debt bubble. Low quality building material by some builder to cut costs, while others are given it by no choice. Material supply syndicates, corruption. 15 to 20 boys turned up and tried to shut down the work site. They hit us with rods and bamboo sticks. He didn't take any action either on one of the gang leaders. People say that the work of the syndicates is illegal. They are scared of the police. Have you ever seen police come here? In this line of business, we deal with the police regularly. Whenever we have a problem, we call them. Sometimes they call us. Also found that some syndicates are no longer just supplying materials. It helps the developer financially. Everyone thinks that the syndicate brandish guns and stops projects. Nowadays, it funds projects. Some housing projects are built without the authorities' approval, which is being constructed. It's supposed to be 4 to 5 stories. If you see this column, size of the column, whatever, seems to be inadequate to take the load of this building. It should have been 450 by 500 millimeters. Poor quality construction. And there you go. So, again, I'm showing you that financially, money has been going into real estate because real estate is supposed to make more money. People are supposed to be living here. People are supposed to be paying rent. If the building falls, you have lawsuits to all the... No money is made. There will never be any money made from any of these projects. All of these projects are all falling to the floor. So foreign investment into the businesses trying to get a leg up on all the things that have been doing for the last 10 to 20 years to outsource everything is falling down on themselves. Rome is falling. Like, we keep getting scared of some boogeyman coming to get us. I don't think they have time to really look at us. I think that what Father said is true. Give unto Caesar's what's Caesar's and stay the hell out of the way. Because we're at a point in time where whomever wants to get their taxes have way more issues. So if we just deal with China and the collapsing infrastructure, and we deal with India and its collapsing infrastructure, and we deal with South Korea and its collapsing infrastructure, hey, is Australia. Are buildings falling down in Australia? Minus again Miami. Australian University. Sydney. Scaffolding collapse in Muscat. So, yeah, there's been building collapses everywhere. China, building collapse at a hotel. Israel, building collapse. Australia. Of course, the Florida one, even though I said not Miami, but of course I have to minus also Florida. Crow's Nest in Sydney. New York. So, buildings are collapsing everywhere again. We're getting back to the place, and this is crazy, y'all. 80s New York. It's funny how we keep going round and round. It's funny how we go round and round. New York's buildings. Rubble. Come on. Hawaii. There we go. Subway and the buildings that are just... This is New York. Collapsing. No longer being maintained. It couldn't maintain itself back then anymore. and it was just falling apart. We have the same thing happening now. Our rush to building, and we can't maintain because we're off to the next building to build, is causing what's happening right now. So what is my solution? Because I don't never like to leave y'all with just problems, man. I don't never want to just leave you with problems. We've gone through the fact that, like I said, this is a building in China. This is the ground. That is an upright building. This whole building's on its side. I tell you that economy is about navigating waters. And I mean that. I mean that because you either navigate waters or you don't. We call the dip, we call the dip, we call the rise, we call the dip. I'm calling another rise. Crypto is servers. It's digital machinery. NFTs are basically zip files and MP3s. You can put it like in a zip file. You can just put like, what can you put in a zip file? Can you put an MP4 in there or a video? Yes. Can you put a MP3 or a music file in there? Yes. Can those things play together? Yes. What an NFT is a programmable zip file. Conceptually, that's what it is. Now, once it gets to that in a consumer way, that's going to change how we do business. But I tell you, right now, we are expanding rapidly to nowhere as jobs fall. We are printing homes as if everybody's going to live in them, and the cost of living is running up, while all the while our salaries are dropping to the floor. A web developer who had basic skills could still earn $50,000. A web developer with basic skills is earning $20,000. Period. Developers who used to make $250,000 a year, yeah, it was a crazy salary to have, are not making that anymore. They're now making like $50,000, $70,000 a year. That's a big drop. That's a big drop because as automation makes their jobs redundant or non-existent or not necessary, AI can program itself. And in time, that's all they're going to get it to work. However it works, it's going to get there. They will figure it the hell out. My thing is figure out what you're going to do with the tech. Understand the tech that's here now and begin to make your pivot digitally, because there is no real estate. That is a form of capital we don't have. The stock market, debt, bond markets, all tied to real estate and debt. Debt's tied to jobs, right? The last financial collapse that we had was real estate, right? Subprime mortgage. Well, guess what? Those are derivatives, right? Those derivatives are basically magic money. So they tied bad credit, bad loans to magic money. Well, now they've tied bad credit, period, to magic money. Derivatives are now on the exchange are your car title loans, which need a job. Your payday loans. Hey, payday, wait, you need a job. Your student loans, wait, you need a job, are all tied to derivatives now. So when we say our economy is tied to something physical and tangible, look, I'm in the stock market, so I'm telling you, this don't look good. And I don't care, period. How anybody else can feel about that shit, I have skin in the game. I have my mom's life to deal with her Alzheimer's and dementia, period. And those expenses are going to go up. And I've got to look at my business and say, what happens when my mom is $10,000 a month for nursing care? Right? How do I generate that much in income? Her funds ain't making it right now. Market's already been taking a schnitzel. Her portfolio has already lost position. That's the reason I'm talking the way I'm talking, because I can sit there and say, yo, I got skin in this because I got to figure out how to be able in a couple of years to be able to see 10 grand a month in an economy failing. But I can't see 10 grand a month, not as me, but I can see an industry with a we. tribe type things. If we can't make or help people like MG make money, then what the hell are we doing? Like, really, like, literally, I can sit there and say, oh, shit, MG's got some dope samples. Oh, shit, I can make some money with this. Oh, shit, I make a song with this. Oh, shit, I can put it in games. Period. Like, let me show you something. I'm so sincere about this. I'm going to show you my hustle. I want y'all to see this shit because I want y'all to understand. Boom. I went in here, and this is Blanco's Block Party, a game. I went in their marketplace discussion, right? And if you say tragic, right, from user tragic, right? Boom. I'm in here, and I make a statement. Should be right around here. Boom. Right? And I'm talking about the pug. Where is it? Major intercompanies, G.I. Joe, Grandpa, boom. They're going to have me out here trying to be a pug whale. I need to find out from the devs if I hold a majority stock on pugs, can I use it for my album cover? Right? So automatically I'm already talking about music in here. Then what you have over here, share your stream. This, y'all, is why when you come to the videos now and you go over here, and let me make sure I put my music off and put this on mute right quick and pause that right there. When you come down here and you see me talking about this game channel, this game channel is where I'm going to be streaming. Why am I streaming? Why am I going to be playing games while all the shit I'm showing you in the world is going crazy? Because I can share my stream. And sharing my stream, I can play my music. Now I'm going to show you a hustle. I'm going to make this double for you. Okay? I'm going to give you a double hustle on this. One, I'm going to be able to get exposure because I'm playing the whatever game that is. That's number one. Number two, when I put my music into CD Baby, one of the things I automatically get by default is YouTube. So the minute I do that, now what do? I take my Spotify music, I play that in the background while I'm playing my games and streaming on YouTube. YouTube picks up that music and does what? Gives me royalties. Bang and bang. I get a play on Spotify, I get a royalty stream on YouTube from myself. All in one go. Now I can give my music away for free to anybody. I don't care who uses it, listens to it, streams with it. I'm still going to get my royalties. That's all that matters. Then I take my royalties from here. It comes to PayPal. I go ahead and I move that over to Coinbase. I put that behind one of my robots. And when Bitcoin gets boring, earn 5% a month. I talk about the robots. I keep bringing the robots up because I know none of y'all are setting up your robots. Y'all gonna wait till next year, and that's fine. You can wait till next year. But just understand, you better set up robots. You better be getting that 5%. You better become liquidity providers. Black Wall Street. Wall Street. You're supposed to be in finances. You're supposed to be earning interest off of interest. You're supposed to be finding good businesses and buying into it. So what did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you about a company called Audius months ago? Like, hold on. When did I say it to you? Let's see. AUDIUS. Let us see. Let me copy that because I'm going to need that to go into Discord so we can do this search real fast. Right? Let's cancel that out. Let's go back to this. Let's go in here. Let's hit this. And this is Audius. My first time telling you about, no, actually, 150 was the first person to talk about Audius back in 2019. Be Easy talked about Audius in general chat in 2021. And I in the Cash Lane talked about it back in June. Now what's happened? Let us go to CoinGecko. Let us put in Audius. Let's open that in a new window. Now let's look at the price. Let's look at when I told you, which was June 4th. Let us go back at least 180 days. Let us go back to June 4th when I told you about Audius. Boom. What was the price at the time? Was $1.08. So if you got into Audius when I told you, congratulations, you got 50% up. Or you did 100% actually, because it's over $2, right? You 2x'd. Did he? I don't know. I don't know. And if he did, he didn't mark it, right? Yeah, he didn't mark it if he did. He may have probably put it somewhere like briefly. But it's not stopped. But it ain't over, right? Because again, right now, I thought that this was coming after SoundCloud. Like, I thought Audius was coming out of SoundCloud. I did not understand Audius was coming after Spotify, too. So, with everybody getting on this side of the board, I'm like, how, and they're getting into NFTs, how likely is it that NFTs on their platform will be programmable enough to be used in, say, gaming? Like, my outlet is gaming. It was pre-Discord. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at it like this. Like, what is easier, for us to get into social media or for us to get into somebody's game? I feel like getting into somebody's game is going to be easier, especially if there's going to be revenue behind it. Especially if it's cryptocurrency, NFTs. We already know NFTs are big. Think of it like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's big, but right now Bitcoin don't do shit, but do what it do. Be a transaction machine. It's not like Ethereum, where Ethereum has smart contracts. So that's like NFTs for me. What it's like version 1.0 is like Bitcoin. It really doesn't do shit. I got a GIF or a video and some music maybe, but it don't do shit. In the future, NFTs are gonna do shit. It might be a gun. It might be a car. Think Grand Theft Auto. Think Mortal Kombat, where you build up a character, right? And then you can sell that character later with all of his weaponry and everything else attached. Think of your music not as, I need to go out here and get some record deal to get distribution. I've had a label deal by myself. I'm on Spotify, period. I get royalties, period. My royalties are Spotify. I get the same royalty rate as everybody freaking else. Other than I get more royalties because I'm not tied to a label. So with CD Baby, I pay one time, I'm done, and I get TikTok and everything else. So again, Audius linking to TikTok, well, damn. What if somebody takes my music and uses it? Or I use it in TikTok for advertising? What if I stream a game and then I link that and see what I'm saying? It's going to be whether or not you can move your content into and out of things. So for me, it's as easy as now going into a channel for a game. Let me find my Discord. Give me a second. Here we go. And then I go into, say, this 9 Lives arena, right? And then I go into, let's see, content creator. Bang, I have an outlet. Now I might need to get a creator's tag to get the content creator, and I'll just work on that. But there's an outlet if I want to get there. Streamers, boom. We got streamers. So boom, there's my outlet right there. So content creators are the private ones that they've got. Streamers, another one. So now I can just start talking in here, streaming, playing my music. I'm showing you how I'm going to make money. Like, I'm not giving you hypotheticals. I'm telling you as a media company what I'm doing. We know real estate's about to collapse. We know bonds are about to collapse. We know the stock market's about to collapse. Bitcoin's going to get boring in December. It collapses till March, April. And it's going to be collapsed. And then in November of next year, it's going to collapse further. We ain't going to do shit till 2024. Period, point blank. That's just how it is, right? So now I'm focused. You see my pitch and my shift, my pivot, right? And shift over to how do I earn? When I went through the 2008 thing, before I got hit with the 2008 glitch, that whole thing, by 2006, I had already seen an outlet. I found PayPal. PayPal had a debit card. I used that debit card then MySpace came around. I went ahead and did MySpace layouts for people, getting $25 a MySpace layout. They paid me in PayPal. I cashed out. I got Church's Chicken. I ate. Shitty meal, but it was cheap. And I survived. Quarter waters, Dutch Masters, and freaking Church's Chicken. In Georgia, in the South, quarter waters, like I was in New York. Same-ish, man. So as I see this thing coming, okay, what do I see? I'm telling y'all already. I already told y'all. I just look for exit strategies. I keep things I keep it simple. I need an enter strategy and my exit strategy. What's your enter strategy? How do I put money in a system? Good. What's my exit strategy? How do I get money out the system? Good. So as MG says, this crypto thing's just going to be fiat. Okay, it's always been fiat. My bank account's been fiat. It's been digital, right? And my PayPal is digital. That was Elon Musk. And Elon's doing Dogecoin because he sees the same shit. And the reason why Mark Cuban is involved is he sees streaming. And he came from streaming. So they're going to do streaming and currency on one platform. That's the only reason I hold it. I get it. But that isn't the end-all, be-all. What's going to be the network? Who's going to... Polkadot, because it's made by the manufacturer that helped get Ethereum on the planet. Cardano, potentially. Solana, we saw the hiccup. But I give you the options. Like, I'm looking at all of them for programming languages. And Esco, shout out to Esco, who hit me up privately. I want to say shout out to Esco in the tribe for getting into Node.js. For real. Like, we're going, like, Node.js and PHP, y'all, I think they're going to put PHP on the blockchain. And the minute they put PHP on the blockchain, I think we're going to be able to program really dope decentralized apps on blockchain, like without a hiccup. So I'm keeping an eye out for that. You do it too, and find out which chain is going to get there first to get PHP on there, because Node.js is dope, but it's got way too many dependencies. And if they can just get PHP up and running on there, that means instant business, insta work. That means transition to insta blockchain, which means if you get something on a blockchain which is database, blockchain just means database. If you're able to use a decentralized database for your application, then you can put it on your resume. You can show proof that you have the application up, and you can get yourself a job in blockchain, being a blockchain developer. That's the new keyword for your resume. So I'm putting it in mind just in case, right? If my business ain't there, guess what I can do? Pivot. Blockchain developer. Yeah. Give me 70. I'll take 75. 70, 75. I know it's 100, 150. I'll take 70, 75 a year. K, right? 70, 75, $75,000, $70,000, right? To survive. Right now we need anywhere between $60,000 to $70,000 a year to be comfortable with inflation. I keep that. That's $5,000 a month, y'all. That's my number. Like, that's the base number I'm fighting for right now. It's $5,000 a month. Y'all got to do the same thing. Why? We have no choice. These are the living standards here, and the living standards ain't going to seem to be going down anytime soon. But just in case, also crypto seems to be above the US dollar. Start riding economies that are in there, right? So ride the game economies. Don't ride a lot of the interest yield farming. Don't do the yield farm thing. That's debt on top of debt. That's derivative plays. That's derivative type beats 2.0. Debt on top of debt, magic money. Magic money on magic exchanges. Don't play the magic money game. We have that already. It's called derivatives. Don't play it twice. Get yourself a robot. Play both sides of the trade, right? Both sides of the trade means you hold, if you're trading BTC into another cryptocurrency, so let's say Ethereum, you play BTC and Ethereum. And you have a trading robot on those two things using the Bitsgap bot. Link in the description. Right? Hold on. Let me pull up that bot real fast. And I'm going to show you the Classroom bot that we've been using is still making money. So that y'all can see this. Like, there's a reason why I keep bringing up these bots. Because I'm like, yo, when Bitcoin gets boring, y'all don't understand. I've lived this. Bitcoin gets real boring after January. And you're just going to be real sad. I know I was. January 2018 was the saddest state of my life. Right? Here we go. So, market has been doing crapola, right? Ain't been doing really much of jack. Meanwhile, between time, I turned this on 7 days ago. Market's gone down by 0.69, right, percent. It's still got 0.09%. This is why I don't just buy and hold. This is exactly why I don't buy and hold. This is exactly why I put a bot on it. Sal, I like Solana, right? I want more Solana. But what do I want? I'm getting BTC. Now, the bad play about BTC is it doesn't hold its value well against itself on other, tied to anything else that's following it. So everybody's attached to Bitcoin. So my plays are heavy plays on this, USDC. So regardless, we put $1,000 into this account. That's what we started with. The market crashed. We only had $1,000. If you look at us now, we have $1,397. I did not put one more dollar in this out of my pocket, period. Market has not been up forever. It's just been up in spurts. And while it's been doing that, look, this only went up 19% based off USDC. It went up 19%. We did 30%. Anything that's tied to USDC, look how well the robot did. That's why I'm like, BTC, I might not be holding BTC too much. I might be playing more on this side of the trade. I want to hold more USDC. Because it's going to what? Hold its value better. It's not following Bitcoin, so it's not going to dip with it. It's going to peg it itself, right? So boom, we've got 6% here. We've got 3% down. When the market's rising up, this side always looks stupid to me because this side seems to be doing so well. But then over time, when you just let your robots sit and play, all of a sudden they just 9%, 16%. You can see 42%, 21% because Bitcoin dipped with it, right? Same there, even though it did better, right? Because Ethereum's been on a rise, so 32%, 19%. So it doesn't look like we did well, but it rolled up and still made some profit, right? And then here, again, with USDC, 19% was what ADA did. We did 30% because when it plays boring, this is research, y'all. ToxicHustle is really a big-ass research company that's looking like a media company to these folks in the future. It's going to look like a media company. Well, what am I going to do? Whenever I need to create something new, like I'm going to create a new gaming channel, you know what I'm going to do? I'm creating another portfolio. I'm spinning up another robot. I'm putting another grand in it, and then I'm going to earn USDC. Take that USDC, and now I can do giveaways and all types of other things on my gaming channel. I can also sell subscriptions. We have to be looking at what is your product, service, subscription. What is your product? What are you physically selling? Zip files, MP3s, your streaming files, all that. Your royalties, right? That's still a product. What is your service? You can do service work. Like I made websites, I make graphic designs, I did CD covers. I'll do mixing, mastering, I'll do albums. Hell, I'll mix somebody's song for $25. Why? What am I gonna do with it? You get my point now. I'm not gonna earn money to just pay bills. I'm gonna earn money. If I need to get a job to pay my bill, I'll get the job to pay my bills. Even if the job is shitty. What I wanna do is start concentrating on this. The interest payments. We did this has been our research. While I love this whole BTC play to be able to earn more BTC, until BTC goes boring, that's not the move. When BTC is volatile like this, here's your play. USDC, whatever you can get. Earn that interest. That interest you can flip into more of the coins that are going to be on the gaming side of the network. It's damn near free money. What if you, and I don't know what percentage, I mean, that says 24%, 28%. Like, imagine $10,000 of that. Imagine $100,000 of that. Percentages are percentages. Once I can see this, once I see profit, like literally, I stuck 1,000, it lost value, it was like at $800. Y'all saw the video. And now we're back over 1,000. And we're not done with the market yet. Remember, the market had, like we called these dips. Like we called all of these damn dips. This pump's gonna happen. Once this pump happens, there will be another dip. There will be another pump. There's a November one. Boop. We can go back in time. Let's go back to the last halvening cycle. Remember, it's the halvening cycles that control everything. Bitcoin breathes. The colors are repetitive, systematic colors. September, November. This is January, March, April, June, July, September. All right. It's going to keep following that pattern. What happened? January. We have a pump, right? Right here, we had a pump. Look at the halvening cycle. Halvening cycle, pump, pump. We go back in time, halvening cycle. In June, pump, pump. The pump in this sector happened where? Where's this? February. June, it didn't pump. It actually did its dip. Because we had Elon Musk right here. The muskrat was here. So rather than having a pump like we're supposed to, it dropped. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. 6 million is locked away in wallets they can't get into. The last Bitcoin is mined in 2140. That's 118 to 119 years away from now. As long as the machines are on, which will hit refresh, as long as this arrow is going up, which it's been doing, means that the fundamentals for the hardware that is mining, the mining, like, gold mining, data, energy mining. As long as we're energy mining, we're good. And what I tell you, we're on energy credits now. If you're in corporations, how corporations are making money is in carbon credits. So I'm getting my corporation in order. My corporation has been getting loans from the government because they see my crypto. They know what I'm doing. And they gave me a loan based off the value that they see. And they're already ready to give me more. If the government's seeing it, but I'm not going to rely on that. What do I see? Oh, I see y'all's game. I need to be fighting for these things. So I need to get corporate real estate. So I can put what? Solar panels on it. So I can do what? Store energy in those Elon Musk boxes for now. And then I can get carbon credits. as well as loans if I want, but I'll get the loans after I receive my first carbon credits. Get it? Look, that's just the digital game. But how do I get to the corporation side? See, there's the gas, right? Underpants gnomes from South Park. Whereas like, first get underpants gnomes. Some of y'all not gonna know this reference. The underpants gnomes. This is the underpants gnomes business. They were masters of business, right? On South Park. And the kids wanted to know about business. So he's like, okay, well, we're big business people. He's like, okay, well, what's your business? We sell underpants. Okay, well, how do you do that? He's like, well, phase 1, we collect underpants. Okay, then phase 2, then phase 3, profit. You get it? And they were like, no. They didn't understand. They just knew they had to collect underpants. They didn't know how they were going to do anything they were going to do, but they were just going to collect underpants until profit magically happened. That is every business on the planet, unfortunately. And I didn't realize how much these people are on underpants gnome theory. I did not get how much these mugs are on underpants gnome theory, yo. Think about every business. They build a building, right? Or they rent a building. They get in the building, and they think their business model is still functional, and they're going to make money. Okay, here. New mall. Right? That's just a new mall. New York's new malls. So they're building new malls for whom? Who's walking to a store to go shopping? In a world where automation is eating up shopping, you're still building malls. Let's go to news. Townhouses. Collins Creek Mall site will start in the 500,000. So there's a Collins Creek Mall site. Okay, so there's a mall near Collins Creek to bring future development to mall. Okay, he's trying to bring some future development to mall. Will American Dream Miami Mega Mall ever be built? So there was a mall that was supposed to be built and they ain't even built it yet. Aldi prepares to open new store in the Dartmouth Mall. Okay, so that's a mall that's already been there. So malls are now getting supermarkets because malls don't get people for regular stuff. New owner plans changes for the Washington Park Mall. Restaurant is closing because malls are falling to sleep. Northwoods Mall in Illinois, so some new stores are coming there. We'll see how long they last. JD Mall, so JD.com wants to start a mall. Great for you. Let's see how that works out for you as the malls are, and somebody's trying to fix the Macon Mall. Wow, good luck on that one too. So yeah, they're still trying to do stupid crap. Like they're still trying to build crap. They're still trying to get people into crap. While all the while, everything is automating out of existence. Every physical thing we know, shopping experience is changing. We're in the catering field. We're already looking at robots. We can buy them for cheap now. It's like $2,000, and then the software is open source on GitHub, right? All you got to do is start learning Node.js and maybe some Python for some machine learning crap, right? Like we're getting to a point where this is gonna get hyper redundant as to what we need to do, which is, where's your digital businesses? Let's see, play blockchain gaming. Let's go to the news. Blockchain NFT aims to make gaming a career option. Blockchain gaming revolution 6 days ago. Vine's creators now working on an NFT blockchain video game. Vine creator. If y'all are back in the day, Illuvium is the 3D Pokemon, and I'm already looking at the back end to that. Y'all don't think there's Illuvium right there. Boom, there's Illuvium. Boop, 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 Marketing ideas, staking, because you can earn with that. I'm trying to see if there's any streaming. Illumium Voice, Degen Trading, Crypto News, OpenSea listings. I was just trying to see if they had a streaming channel. It's not open yet. They haven't created a game yet. So I'm sure once the game actually comes out, they'll have a streaming channel. So whenever it comes out, there'll be a streaming channel for that. Lost Relics, that's another game, right? Let's go there. Is there a streaming channel here? Because it's already out. So game announcement, Discord announcement, leaks, that's all their stuff. General help, discussions, known bugs, suggestions, money talk, apply for content creators. So you just have to apply. So you come in here and you apply. And you can be a content creator, right? So again, getting my music into the game. I could then, all right, so here's kind of like visually how I would play my hustle, right? Like I give you all as many toxic hustles as I can give you. Oh, and another game right here. Boom, Rev Motorsport, right? Fast and the Furious, Need for Speed. They're looking for graphic people. Right? There's jobs in crypto. There's jobs in this market. Like, excuse me. There's jobs on the blockchain industry. All of your current skill sets, if you know Photoshop, well, that's a design. You can design for these companies. Come the end of this year, I'm going to be making like I said, the next month, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be doing graphics, trying to get streaming things. I'm trying to get like some sponsorships. I'm not playing. I'm trying to play these games, get my streaming thing up, get my music playing on the back end, start making beats, playing those as part of my stuff, getting my album done. Y'all don't know, like boom. Go to my profile. Hold on, because you're being an a-hole. Oh, I can't do it from here? I guess not. I have to go to my settings. There we go. Or do I have to do it from, no. I know what to do. Check it out. Boom, there we go. Go to my profile. Right here. Tragic. Right? Oh. Tragic. My son. This one was creeping up. Hard to breathe. That's about the loss of friends and family and mental health. Right? That one was like shooting up the charts as before summer because of the depression that people are going through. Right? But at the same time, you can see these numbers, they're not that high. My goal is to change that. Right? To get these numbers up, to also get my albums going, to get things pushed back, into into the public awareness. How do I do that? I begin going through these games. I go through Audius. I go through all of these new portals that get created. These metaverses, these new blockchains are revenue structures. Your cash out is going to be simple. Exit and enter strategy, exit strategy, right? That's what I'm going to leave you with. Your exit strategy is what? Coinbase. Why? One, you can earn percentages. Even stable coin, 2%. So you've got your stable, and then at the same time, they have their card, right? So right, boom. Then you also have your Coinbase card, which then they can just take your USDC and boom. Right? That's how it works. So I can now swipe anywhere I want to be and I can earn directly to my wallet. So could I not have my wallet address open for USDC, BTC, Ethereum, Engine, whatever, and then make some type of app that will be able to do that? MORALISIO. Join to that use Morales software and APIs to build and scale their dApps. Chainlink, Utrust, Covalent, 1inch. This is one of the companies I'm looking at. Right? That's getting it right. And if you go to YouTube, M-O-R-A Morales. There we go. Right? You go to create a DEX, join our team, network tracking. They got a new software development kit I gotta do. They had a hackathon for $400,000 using their software. Was gonna be $350,000, so it went up. Programming token swaps in 10 minutes. How to build a web wallet in 10 minutes. NFT programming tutorial. So I'm beginning to look at his stuff. Seriously. This is also where I found out about XRP having a ledger. This is how I knew about what software I was interested in. Solana, Matic, all of this was because I was following developers. Always follow the people that are going to be programming the next thing. This is the next thing. And the next thing, besides, DeFi, which had its thing, right now is going to be NFTs in the gaming space. So play to earn gaming is going to be the largest business segment because it just makes sense. People, once they realize they've been playing games for no actual value, they're going to stop. They're not going to spend hundreds of hours to get absolutely nothing but an award on a glitchy server. EA, all these companies who've done nothing, it's a wrap. If these companies that thought that it can still pillage off of us, it's a wrap. All of us need to be able to invest. What's the best investment? Isn't it not in what our kids are investing in? Their time? If our kids are making money in it, isn't that where they feel comfortable making money? We just need to go where they make money. Brother and sister in the news. Brother, sister, blockchain. $14 and 9-year-old siblings earn over $30,000 mining cryptocurrency. Don't matter where we think our money's going to be. They're comfortable where their money is because they've seen this. They've seen the internet, server farms. Here we go. Internet server farms. They've seen this. And they understand this used to be this. It started small. It got real big. We're putting code on here. It's getting real big. We're putting games on here. It's getting real big. Right? And Ethereum, Polkadot. Polkadot's interesting because Polkadot's made by the guy that wrote the first smart contract. So I didn't know that beforehand. So now that I know that, I'm keeping an eye on that. Right? So Polkadot is definitely on my data play for decentralized, blockchain. Solana's still on there, even though they had their glitches. I'm still gonna ride with them because Ethereum gas ain't gonna be solved no time soon. And yes, there's Matic, and yes, I can use Matic, and yes, there's games coming on Matic right now. Right? You can go on DApp Radar and see some of that. But just understand, this is the new industry. These servers, these new machines. Oh, and let's not forget TUR Pi. I want you to see that the Raspberry Pi is about to get a shot in the arm. This is a server board, not a regular Raspberry Pi board. This takes CM4s. This is a CM4. This is a CM4. This CM4 is in the palm, within fingers of his hand. He looked like he got small ass fingers. Okay. This is a card this is a Raspberry Pi. This is the CM4 sitting on top of a Raspberry Pi, so you can see how small that is. All of the Raspberry Pi is in this, but minus all this. So all of this is basically this. Right? And what we're looking at is 4 slots for that. That's 4 slots getting quad CPUs and 8 gigabytes of RAM potentially. These are the new servers. These are the new networks. Not only can it run in that board, that CM4 sits right there. And then that slot chip slides right into these things. So that's 4 computers, right? Not only can it do that, it can take an NVIDIA Jetson Nano. So now when you have a Jetson Nano, you get, again, the same thing. You get the fact that you got 8 gigabytes of RAM. You've got 6 cores, though. Not 4 cores, but 6 cores and 8 gigabytes of RAM per slot. That's 8 times 4, 6 times 4. See? Like that. Right? And now what do you also get with these NVIDIA Xavier NXs? Go to search, go to specs for specifications. Because if I'm not mistaken, they say this is for embedded logic because it has specs. GPUs. 384. So again, that'll be 384 CUDA cores times 4. All I'm saying is, and then Seed Studio. No, not Seedify. Seed Studio. What this is called, and I know I've told y'all this already, but I just want to keep reminding y'all, this entire thing is called edge networking. You are the edge. The edge is your home. IoT devices, Internet of Things, right? It's going to be under Raspberry Pi? No. Damn. Trying to remember exactly where the servers are. Let me put edge. There you go. Edge machines. Here we go. Reserver. That's the name of it. This is a little server box. Compact edge server. So they want to put an edge around everything. They want to put servers everywhere. These servers are coming. They're going to earn money and they'll earn you money. So we just got to look at what the infrastructure is coming, what infrastructure is going to be here. That involves, of course, real estate, electricity, land. It involves all these things. It's also going to involve being able to take revenue and being able to put into other things, like the gaming culture. That gaming thing's going to be big, putting your music in there and then be able to take your music, earn your royalties, put it behind a robot and transact on that, right? Earn your interest through your robots. Earn interest for your robots even when you're earning your through your services, right? So this way you take your money, put it on the robot, let that trade long-term for you, and that's that. Earn your interest. Black Wall Street. Now I got to get to work because I got to go earn revenue to earn more interest in a physical way. So I got to go out in these streets and go make some deliveries. So y'all be safe. I'm going to go handle this. Y'all be safe on these streets. And like I said, next week should be the pump for Bitcoin. So just be prepared for it. I'm going to be looking at my last little bitty things I might want to transact in since we seem to be in a channel. Remember, right now, we've called all of these dips. This dip we called, this dip we called, this run up we called, this dip we called, right? This dip is always going to be a significant dip. So it played off. They fooled us here, but I was expecting that, and I'm expecting us to go back up next week. Within the next 2 weeks, right? It should be within a window. Like I always like to give a 3-window gap, but like this one, just like this one, it started early here and ran up. They're not letting that start early. So, but I'm not going to be worried. And again, if anybody knows BitBoy Crypto, share this with BitBoy Crypto and let him know stop tripping. You know, let him know to stop tripping, man. He's in Georgia with me. BitBoy Crypto, I'm out here telling you, stop tripping, man. We calling these dips. November is the last of it. It's going to hit 100K. It's still 21 million. The energy is still on. The lights are still on, and they ain't run yet. So let's get it. It's going to get there. Remember, transfer over to USDC. Once that pump happens, I'll always keep reminding you of that, and I'll also let you know when it comes up. So, like, don't flip on the market. Don't trip on that. Just know the regular market, the stock one's probably going to look crappy for a little while. Don't be screwed out in these streets. Just look for new digital revenue. Remember, we're always looking for the flow of commerce. We just ride these currents, man. It don't matter where they go. Commerce is currents. Follow them. Follow the money, because the current will never lead you wrong, because all oceans and tides are going to be forced by it. And currency is no different. We just follow wherever the current's flowing, because they see it. They know it's gone digital, and they've made that pivot their damn selves. And they're in the gaming industry too now. Look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft is with one of the top games. Even though it's a bunch of crappy assholes behind it, they're with Axie Infinity and a couple major games coming out. So they are behind blockchain gaming, and their stock price is kind of crazy that it's so small. But also, they don't deliver they haven't delivered anything on blockchain yet. When they do, that could turn their company around tremendously, but they're studying. So keep an eye on which stocks are locked to blockchain, which stocks are, like, I'm not going to tell you like stocks are all crap. I'm looking for mining companies that are buying real estate to mine electricity. I'm looking for companies that are getting into solar to do carbon credits or carbon sequestering, right? Being able to grab CO2 out of the air and sell it to freaking Coca-Cola. Let's go. All right, so y'all be safe on the streets. I'ma holla at ya. Peace out.